She's just announced a separation. Apparently,
We're live, by the way. I love doing that to you.
The
It's like
surprise.
you never know what I'm gonna.
Live. I have to
So
check my feed before my news feed before we go
we're
live.
already live, so there's no going back. I
She's
mean,
getting a divorce again. Poor Jennifer Aniston.
what do you think that is? You think that's because like she's? I guess when you get to that level of fame and power, and it's just it gets to your head, and then depending on who you're with, people hitting on you all the time, and you can have pretty much anybody you want. I don't know. You know what I
I
mean?
think
It's
that
like
would be pretty cool because Chelsea Handler loves her.
Mhm.
But the whole like Brad Pitt thing, Brad and Angie thing, like just weighed down on her and it became like who she was. And I'm sure that affects like every aspect of her entire life.
that has to be crazy. So imagine like all the drama that you have with your friends and your circle of friends, and then you have that drama, but with a circle of friends that's all super super famous people, like
Yeah.
a celebrities, like that has to be
And then
like
like
another
every
day of
article,
insanity.
yeah, and every article and every conversation that you have is about your ex from 12 years ago. Like that would get super old.
And then every move you make, it's followed by paparazzi, social media, TMZ, all that shit. Like that has to be crazy. That will have to. Imagine if you're trying to get over your ex and you see him everywhere. Like
Yeah.
normal people can just block him off their feed and
Yeah.
disappear from their life. But if you're famous, you're screwed, man.
Yeah. You're like there at every event. You have to see like Angelina's Skeletor face everywhere you turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're talking about that before we went live. But the first thing I want to talk about this week, it hits hard because it's my backyard. It's the shooting that happened here in Florida. It's just so sad, man. So sad. And then they caught a kid with a gun where I used to live in Texas the same day, which
Oh
is like,
yeah.
it's crazy. Like, what are the chances of that happening?
Yeah, and there was
So,
another kid today that, on Snapchat, he posted Florida round two with like it looked like a machine gun. It turns out it was an airsoft rifle, but still, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
it's sad. It's super sad. I just don't get it. Like, I was talking to some of my friends, internationally that I have, all over the world, and they're like, what's up with America, man? That only happens here. And
Yeah,
I'm talking about countries that have guns. The guns are, you can go get a gun. I hate to
yeah,
break it to you, but America's not the only place where you can get a gun. But the
no,
problem is we don't have any type of gun control whatsoever. They'll hand over a gun to anybody who has an ID. It's
no. If
crazy.
anything, I mean, the current administration made it easier for the mentally ill to get guns. Literally, he made it easy, for them to like specifically stating those with mental illnesses can have easier access to guns. And then we've got all the loopholes and, every time it's thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, they don't do anything. Your thoughts and prayers aren't cutting it.
No, it doesn't. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid. How about we do something about it? And like, it was so sad. I think one of the kids said, this happened, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter because everybody's going to forget about it the next weekend. He's
Exactly.
right. He's right, man. It's the internet. Everybody makes their big fuzz about it, like they care, and then it's forgotten. It's like it's the cycle of thoughts and prayers, the profile picture, and then back to normal.
And that's the thing, it's always happening. This is the 18th one just this year. We haven't even finished February yet. And this is our
hold
18th
on.
mass shooting.
18 this year?
18 this year alone.
I didn't even know we've had that many.
Yeah, we don't even hear that anymore.
This is what people don't get, dude. When you're in social media and stuff like that, you're in a bubble. Like Facebook, take it from someone who manipulates Facebook all day with advertising. Facebook built a bubble around your feed and about what you look at. Google does the exact same thing. Like if you type into Google what you're gonna search, it's gonna give you what best matches your personality and what you've been browsing around.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be biased towards that.
Yeah.
So I would recommend if you want to get real news, you need to get like a Tor browser, or do it incognito doesn't even work. Just a Tor browser where it blocks all that stuff out, and you can actually see what the real results are and the real news are in real time. They're not skewed one way and the other to try to get your attention and keep you in their platform for as long as they can. That's the
Yeah.
best way to do it. I mean, I'm lucky. I speak multiple languages, and I can go on sites from different parts of the world, but read stuff that's not biased at all. But
I mean, people in the end, they want to hear what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to read and see things that already align with the views they have. I mean, I've seen all kinds of stupid shit on Facebook, and this whole thing just pisses me off because 17 people lost their lives. And
right. Then you got the people trying to make like edgy memes and stuff like that. It's like, dude,
not
I
funny.
mean,
Like,
it's
you're
not
not
funny.
cool.
And I find a lot of stuff super funny, and I'm all about like super dark,
Yes, you've got a depraved
comedy
sense of humor.
and stereotypes and all that stuff. I'm all about that. I love all that stuff. But come on, some stuff is just like, dude, how would you feel if that was you in that school, or your brother, your sister, your daughter, or your son?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not the whole trying to be edgy and being the first to put the meme out there. Ain't on crap. It's like, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah, it's
you
played out.
yeah, it's not funny. And
And
especially if you're not a kid on top of
yeah,
it too. I see
and
older
these are
people my
adults.
age doing it. I'm like, really? Like,
Yeah.
really?
Like, are you that stupid? I'm sorry, but you're just like
No.
retarded. Excuse the like non-PC language here, but on the
But I
flip
mean, how do
side
you
of that,
how do you fix the situation? Like, what do you do? I mean, you can put metal detectors, I guess, throughout the school, but they already have that in some schools. Like, what else are you gonna do?
I mean, some people, you've got the people on Facebook like, bring God back to schools. Sorry, but that's bringing God back to schools. First of all, never solved any problems. Let's, you want to talk about mental illness and you want to bring an imaginary, like whatever you believe. Like, I
Yeah.
respect that, but you want to bring an imaginary man, like,
Listen, I respect everybody's beliefs, but I think all those beliefs should stay outside all that stuff. It's like everybody has their own.
like bringing prayer back in school. How is that going to make any
Okay, so you're gonna bring prayer back in school, Christian prayers. What about the Jewish people? What about like the Muslim people? What about they're different beliefs?
It's not solving anything. And then,
No, it's
you've got
not.
the people that I'm a gun owner. I support guns, I like guns. I'm all about, responsible gun ownership. But as a gun owner and as a citizen, you've got to realize that they regulate cars. We've got to have insurance. You have to take a driver's ed course. We need some sort of gun regulation. Like, this is getting absolutely out of hand. And, with
But you know what? I mean, you can sit there and do regulations, which I agree we should do some type of regulations, make it harder for somebody to get a gun. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, anybody who wants to get their hands on one, at this point, they're going to get it. There's so many guns already in circulation in this place. Like,
yeah,
and I'm all about, dude, I love shooting guns. I mean,
yeah.
trust me, my friends, you go on my profile, there's pictures of me like loading AR-15s and machine guns and 9mm and all that stuff. But
I mean, we just
it's
went
too
shooting
easy.
a couple weekends ago. It is too easy. And, as far as they're going to do it anyway argument, then why make anything illegal? Like, why make murder illegal? People still get murdered. Why make anything illegal?
Yeah,
they just,
I mean,
like you said, they need to just make it harder. I mean, we
it's not
definitely,
even about illegal. It's just it needs to be there needs to be a process in place where it's more people get more qualified for it, and it's just
yeah,
not handed to them right away. Like super easy. I just found out here in Florida. I didn't know this, that a friend of mine, well, this was last year, but he bought a fucking gun off Craigslist, and it was all legal,
yep.
completely legal.
And
Oh yeah, you just buy them, and
so,
you just get registered, and that's it. Afterwards,
yeah.
like,
Oh,
dude,
I did the same thing. It was through a private seller, or an
yeah, he did it to a
individual.
private seller.
And I didn't have to sign anything. They didn't give me a bill of sale. I mean, I made them sign something in case, they murdered somebody with a gun, but, it was easy. No background check. And it's the same thing with gun shows. We've gotten guns at gun shows before and no background check, and they say they're supposed to do it, but they don't do it. They want to sell their guns.
Yeah, they don't care. I don't care. But anyway, I just wanted to get that not out of the way, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it because it's a serious issue, and it's
Yeah,
sad, man. I feel for those parents, and I wish them, the best, which is not, I'm not going to be like thoughts and prayers because I don't believe in that shit. But,
and I hope
I can only
something changes.
imagine what you're going through, and I hope you pull through, and it's just sad. I just the thought. I mean, I don't have any kids, but just the thought if I have kids and I have to worry about them going to school, like, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about somebody like shooting me at my school when I grew up. Like,
No, we
and I went
had
to public school
fire
here in the
drills.
States. I went to private Catholic overseas, but I went to public school here in the States, and you know, I never had to worry about somebody bringing a gun and doing a mass shooting at my school. I mean, it didn't even cross our minds, you
Yeah.
know.
No, we had fire drills. Nowadays they have like shooter drills. Like my goddaughter yesterday asked me, "What do I do if we have a school shooter?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, like first of all, like I was shocked,
Right.
that that topic of conversation would even be something that we had to discuss, but
Another one of my friends posted on his Facebook, I think it was today or yesterday, about his daughter, super cute daughter. She's like, I don't know, if I had to guess, like 9. And she's like, Daddy, like, am I gonna get a shot at school tomorrow? Like,
yeah,
that's some deep shit, man. That's some serious stuff. Like, you want your kid who's that young worried about that? And then, again, the cycle, thoughts and prayers, we forget about it, move on to the next shiny thing on the internet.
exactly. 'Cause like you said, they're going to forget next week. And people can say, no, we won't, this is a national tragedy. You would think that some years back when 20 kids were massacred at Sandy Hook, that something would have changed.
Okay, not even about kids. Vegas.
Yeah.
I was there the weekend before and I walked through that field. Remember that?
I remember that.
I was there for a conference and I walked through that field at least 25 times that weekend. And all you have to do is change the dates around for a week later and I would have been walking through that field and it couldn't happen. I could be dead today.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, it's
anywhere, anytime. I mean, and then the whole mental illness thing. Okay, I'm not excusing what this kid did at all in any way, but you've got that whole aspect of it. The United States is the leading nation in mass shootings, but we're also one of the poorest in mental health care.
That's true, yeah.
His dad passed away some years back. His mom passed away this past Thanksgiving. He was already being treated for depression. He's had issues. He was seeing somebody for them. But dealing with depression, being that young, your brain is not fully developed at 19. The law can call you an adult, but even a rental car company won't give you a car because they know that you're not,
You're an idiot. You're an idiot when you're 18. I was an idiot when I was 18. I mean, it's the truth. I was a moron when I was 18. I'm still a moron sometimes, but I just know better from the mistakes I made.
You can rent a car now. That's the only difference.
Yeah, if you would have let me rent a car at 18, I would have destroyed that car. Are you kidding me? It's not mine. Come on, I'll destroy it.
How many people dropped the ball here? He had this was his gun. So he was staying with, I guess, family friends. I don't know who it was, but he had his gun. They trusted him to keep it. He had it locked. They thought they were being safe. They never suspected that he would do something like this. But even if I wasn't worried about someone shooting other people, someone dealing with depression, I would worry about their own safety. So I would say no guns for you, like not in my house.
Well, I'll have guns in my house, but they'll be nicely locked up and the whole.
Yeah, I mean, I have guns too. But if somebody's dealing with depression that I'm letting stay with me, and I know already they've got mental health issues,
right?
Then I'm not going to let them have access to a gun.
Like one of the examples, like one of the kids who got shot, who got killed, murdered, he was from Venezuela.
Really?
So we were talking about that today with my friends from Venezuela, my group, my chat fam from Venezuela, and we're like, his family left to give him a better life because he lived in the #1 per capita murder of the world, which I'm talking about over like 300 people get murdered on a weekend just for muggings and steal their whatever. Look it up if you don't believe me. Caracas, Venezuela, #1 murder capital of the world by per capita, however you say that. Yeah. So he moves here, and a year later, however long it's been, he gets murdered at a fucking school by some kid that's fucked up in the head, and the kid he was 19. You're not even a kid at that point. Why are you I graduated high school when I was 17. I didn't even know at 19 you're still in high school.
I did too. He was held back twice, and then
imagine that.
held kicked out, a couple times. And then I'm sure on top of dealing with what he was dealing with, with his parents, but so many people dropped the ball on this kid. And, it could have been nipped in the bud somehow if someone somewhere down the line, if a teacher talked to another teacher, if teachers talked to his guardians, if other parents were talking to
the problem. Teachers can't do shit because I have a lot of friends of mine that are teachers, and then my wife is an attorney. It's like if they can't do anything because they get in trouble. They can get sued. Yes. They can get in trouble. It's like so they can't. Their hands are tied.
I was going to bring that up too. I'm sure your wife has seen.
Oh, she sees a lot of crazy shit. She doesn't tell me the details because she's not allowed to, obviously, but I know the type of law she's in, and right. It's not pretty.
Just the state of things, not even case per case, just how it is. Like nobody gives a shit,
No,
and then some of his comments, were two of his comments I think were reported to the FBI. They didn't do anything. So he was saying things like, I want to shoot people with my AR-15. I want to die fighting or shooting like a shit ton of people. I'm going to kill law enforcement one day. Like these were on the internet, he trained with white supremacists.
But the law, what are you going to do? I mean, if the FBI can sit there, he can say that all day long, but if he doesn't do anything, what? I mean, I'm not an attorney, but how are they going to, what are they going to do? They can't do anything.
Yeah.
But I'm not a lawyer, but, just from learning from...
terroristic threats isn't because you can get in trouble on Facebook for threatening somebody.
Well, Facebook's a dictatorship, first of all. There's people forget that. Facebook is Zuck's world. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he can stop you from doing whatever he wants. They don't. It's not a democracy like people think. That people tend to forget that little detail that Facebook is a massive company with shareholders, and they have to answer to their shareholders, and it's run by Zucks. That's just the way it is. You got to go by his rules. You don't like it? Go use another platform. Simple. Anyway, I don't know. I just
got me all heated. My armpits are sweating.
Nice. How do they smell? They smell good?
They smell. I don't stink. They smell delicious. I don't use regular. I use my salt stick, so I smell.
Yeah, I tried the whole organic deodorant at one point, and my super disgusting armpits just went right through it. Like it didn't help at all. I was like, all right, I got to go back to cancer sticks.
Yeah, no, I still sweat, but it doesn't stink. So I'll take it.
Yeah, you're super organic, vegan. Yeah. Health, yoga, meditation.
Stick some like paper towels under my armpits every once in a while, but that's fine.
Yeah. All right, we're getting on a lighter note now. We're getting in a little bit of good mood, but
we're here to bring some entertainment to the
masses, to all 10 viewers right now, or one.
How was your Valentine's Day?
It was good, man. I surprised her. The plan was to stay home and just cook some nice steaks and stuff like that. And she's been super busy at work, cracking a case, being a lawyer. But like, she's been working like insane amounts of hours, every day, 12, 14-hour days. And she came home and I had flowers for her and a card. And I was like, get dressed up. We're going out. She's like, really? I'm like, yep, let's go. And surprised her to this place, which we started as a tradition, but last year I wouldn't go. I don't remember why. Something happened that we didn't go. I can't remember what it was. So we didn't go. And I just, I got an Uber and we went over there and I was trying to surprise her. This is my life. Okay, this is my life. I'm trying to surprise her where we're going. So we get in the Uber. The guy goes, so we're going to, I was like, don't say where we're going. It's a secret. I want to surprise him. He starts off like, okay. So of course he starts driving and then the fucking GPS on his phone stops working. So he has to ask you for directions.
Oh my gosh. Like, to the restaurant.
To the restaurant. Yeah. So of course I'm trying to be all smooth about it. But when you try to tell him where to go, left, right, my wife's not dumb. All right. Yeah. She figured it out pretty quickly. So even though she figured it out right before we got there, halfway there, we went in there. It was a good time. It's our favorite restaurant, Anthony's 84. If you're ever in Fort Lauderdale, it's called Anthony's Runway 84. And you walk in, it's like a scene of The Sopranos. Like fucking Paulie Walnuts is sitting there waiting to welcome you and sit you down. Like look it up. It's awesome. I can't remember the dude's name, but it's like straight up from Jersey.
And what is it called?
perfect hair, perfect like goatee, like Anthony's Runway 84. So if you ever in Fort Lauderdale, it's the best Italian food in Lauderdale, my opinion. Jersey style Italian, not real Italian, because there's a difference, but it's fucking delicious. I mean, it's delicious. And get ready to drop some bills, but it's worth every penny. I mean, it really is. So we had a good time. And then we drank a little too much, so today I've been kind of hungover, but not fully hungover because I ordered a case of Morning Recovery.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not plugging this anyway, anyhow. I literally ordered it. And I tried it New Year's and it worked. But I went hard last night. So I went really hard last night with vodka and wine. So I didn't get a full hangover, but I did have a massive headache when I woke up. But I just took 2 Advils and went away. But I'm still tired, man. You still get tired. Yeah. So today I had to catch up with work, and I was just like lagging and stuff like that. But Morning Recovery, man, it really works. You'll see it on your feet if you drink. It's like a blue bottle. How was yours? What did you guys do?
Try that. Oh, we stayed home. I'm not really big on the whole, like, Valentine's Day is weird for me for a couple of reasons.
Why?
It's the marketing and like a Hallmark holiday, you know, spend, materialism. But we stayed here. Yeah, I mean, I love materialism, but I'm like the consumerism side of it. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not going to support that. We stayed here. I cooked dinner, made this chocolate covered strawberries, and what did I make for dinner? I don't even remember. I made I hate this because I'm vegan. I made breaded chicken, and then I made my vegan dinner.
You fucking traitor. You had meat?
I didn't have meat. I have to cook for other people in this house.
So you killed a bird with your bare hands and cooked it?
It was organically raised, probably massaged from birth to death. You know, they treated it very well.
You're the only vegan that I know that has to cook like meat for her husband because
I hate it. I'm the only vegan in my house now.
You're the what?
The only vegan now.
What? Are you? No way.
Yeah. Everybody bailed on me. Well, my mom's a vegan, but she's not here anymore. But the other reason that it's really weird for me is because it just, it's a reminder of that's the day that I was probably conceived. Because I was born early November.
Were you?
And, yeah. So when you do the conception calendar, I'm like, oh, I was probably conceived around Valentine's Day. That disgusts me. The holiday will never be the same.
No, never. You know what's funny? You bring the vegan thing that no one stuck to it. I have one of my friends, his little brother. He actually made this big announcement. He was going to go full vegan, like hardcore vegan. And we all laughed in his face. So like, oh, dude, Andrew, you're going to last like a week, if that. I got to get it to him. He did it for 3 fucking years. 3 years. And I know he wasn't bullshitting. He never cheated once. Like every time I will see him, he will bring food with him if he had to. Like it was hardcore, man. And then one day he just woke up. It's like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. How do you go 3 years?
3 years. And then he's like, I want to meet again. And then I don't know what happened. He had like an epiphany or something. I haven't gone into the details about it, but he just woke up one day. It's like, fuck it. I'm going to meet again.
I'm curious about that because that's like quitting smoking for 3 years.
And then going back to smoking. Yeah, I will never do that.
I'm just going to buy a carton.
Yeah, but it was very hard for him to go back. Like he had to train his body to be able to eat meat again. Apparently,
I bet, 'cause it'll make you sick. Like the smell of meat. Now, I mean, I've never liked meat. That's why I season it to death.
Yeah.
Bread it, whatever. I never like the taste, but the smell of it is disgusting.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. And you know what? Now that what do you call it? Sorry. Fucking phone. Where was I going? See? I should have looked at it. I don't know where I'm going. I got put on the spot. It was an important message for the stuff that I'm dealing with that I told you about.
Everybody's looking at you.
I know. Okay, what was I talking about? Come on, rewind, run.
What were we even talking about a second ago?
Meat. I love meat. Yes, meat. Dude, meat's the best. No, okay, now I know where. All right, back. I know where I was going. All right. So ever since before a wedding last year, I went on a super hardcore diet. We both did, and I actually stuck to it. Yeah, I actually stuck to it all, mostly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gave you a hard time about that.
Yeah, but I've been eating so healthy for so long that we went out yesterday. Dude, this is food I used to eat all the time. Pasta and bread and, whatever. And I woke up today, my stomach was just like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like a rock. Like, I just couldn't, I was just, ugh. But it
Your
was so
body is
good.
rejecting that poison that you're putting in it.
Oh, dude, I got leftovers saved up. I'm gonna murder that after this.
That's so funny because I was looking at a meme earlier. It was like about lactose intolerance, but whatever your ailment may be, it's like we do these things to ourselves, and then we're like, I'm gonna do it again anyway. I've got leftovers.
Exactly. Why not?
I plan it now. It's worth the pain.
Yeah. What about the Olympics? Have you been keeping up with the Olympics? I don't even know what's going on, man. I've been so busy.
I have no clue. My favorite part so far is the memes, of course, but the what was it? Americans walked out like the opening.
What?
Walked out
I haven't seen anything. I've been so busy with work. I haven't seen anything. Tell me what happened.
It's in South Korea. So when they were doing like I don't know what you call it, the opening of the Winter Olympics, the Americans walked out to Gangnam Style.
What?
In South Korea.
I gotta look that up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
But that's about my extent of the Olympics. Like you
know what? I kind of feel bad for him because that song went hard, and I mean hard. I loved it. I still love it. Like it had like 100 million hits on YouTube or whatever it was.
But how do you top that?
You can't, especially if you're from South Korea and it's in Korean, dude. You're not. I mean, the chances of you making it after that I mean, you just peaked.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Has he done anything since then? I'm probably in Korea, but not here. Obviously.
One other semi-popular song, but he's such a modest, like, he's very typically or stereotypically, I guess, South Korean, very traditional. He wasn't into the big Hollywood thing. He's married. He's got kids. Yeah. So he just, like, the Hollywood life was not for him.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
On the broadcast? Can you guys see me? Instead of it, Krista, can you see me? Because it's showing a black screen on my side. But anyway, just let me know. So what? Shen.
Yeah.
So what happened? He's modest and what?
Oh, yeah. So he's like super traditional. He wasn't into the limelight. He just wanted to, be with his family, hang out with his wife constantly.
Yeah.
Krista can see you.
And then what do you call it? So you got they did the opening to the song. Anything else? The other thing that I heard about the what do you call it? The Olympics is everybody trigger about the flag. Wait, what's his name? Oh my God. It's like, people, come on. Let me explain something to you people who have never done a fucking sport in your life, okay?
So explain what happened real quick because it's so stupid.
Okay. Fuck, I just went blank on the name. What's his name?
I don't even know what his name is.
The Flying Tomato. The Flying Tomato. That's all I know. That's all I've been calling since I was a kid.
Shaun White?
Shaun White. That's it. Yes, Shaun White. Okay, he's like the best snowboarder in the world. And at one point, he was a pretty badass skateboarder, too. I remember when I was in college, and he was discovered by Tony Hawk. He had this show called the 900 Tour when Tony Hawk first pulled the 900. If you guys are wondering, Christian, how do you know about this? Because I grew up fucking skateboarding my whole life and rollerblading and extreme shit. I've done it all. I love all that crap.
Crasher.
Yeah, exactly. So he discovered Shaun White at a skate park while he was on his 900 tour by accident and brought him on tour that day with him. Went to his parents' house, like, I'm taking your kid on tour with, like, it's taken care of. Homeschool, whatever, whatever you want. Here's some money. Let's go. And the parents say yes. And from there, his career just fucking went nuts. I mean, you're 13 and you're already a badass, and then you're touring with the best skateboarders in the world. You're only going to get better.
Yeah. Tony Hawk at that time, too, was like number one.
Tony Hawk's still here, dude. Tony Hawk's still pretty up there. He's just older, so he can't do a lot of the shit that the kids are doing now. But Tony Hawk is he's going to release a new video game, too. I'm so pumped about that because the last one sucked. But anyway.
I used to love that one.
I love all of them. So he became real good, blah, blah, blah. And then he pulled I don't even know, 1060 or something like that on the half pipe. So let me explain something to you. When you're running around on a half pipe, either if it's a snowboard or a skateboard, dude, these half pipes are 15 foot tall, okay? So keep that in mind. Look up Try to imagine 15 feet up in the air, and it's just a wall. It looks round. It looks like a U shape when you're looking at it from the side. But when you're up there on the top of the half pipe and you look down, it's a fucking wall straight down 90 degrees. Yes, that's one. Two, then you get on top of it another 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 foot of air when you leave the half pipe. Dude, your body, it's like in full adrenaline rush, like, you know, survival mode, don't fuck up or you're going to die type of deal. Yeah. And you're obviously, if you love it, you're loving every second of it. But when you're done, you know, you're still pumping through all that adrenaline. And dude, you're not thinking clearly. You're just like, you know, I did it. Especially like gravity. Yeah. The best run of his life, somebody handed him the flag, I guess. I didn't watch it live. And I guess he dragged the flag by accident. Come on, people. The fucking guy didn't do it on purpose. He's not doing it. It was an accident. And people just, the trigger people is like, people just want to bitch about something. And I like bitching too. But what I bitch about is something that makes sense. Not like, oh my God, he held the flag the wrong way when he got off the half pipe. Dude, I'm all about respecting the flag. I'm all about the United States of America. I've been here like most of my life now. You know, I'm all about the USA. But it was an accident, all right? Yeah. Come on, so
people are losing their shit over it, about how he was respectful, you know, about how he was desecrating the flag. Oh, he should have known better. Why did they hand him the flag? It's like, it was an exciting moment. It's the Olympics.
Let me throw you off a fucking 50-foot half pipe and see if you're going to remember how to hold the flag when you're done. You know, it's and I love I love the responses from some people. Oh, you just don't understand because you don't have people close to you who've done tours overseas. I have family and friends both who've done their share of tours. One of my second cousins has been to Iraq 7 fucking times.
Yeah.
And he's not bitching on Facebook about that. You know?
He don't care. Like, I mean, I've got family on both sides that have been on the military. It's those people aren't the ones that care. It's like, you know, what's funny is that these people that complain so much about this are the ones making fun of everybody else for always being triggered when they are the biggest trigger
ones. Yeah, ever. Totally. It's ridiculous.
And then, I don't know, you know, for me, I get it. You know, symbolism, you know, the flag is a piece of cloth. It's material. If we go to war with somebody, they can burn the flags, take all of our flags away. But the patriotism and the pride and, you know,
but you still have to respect it. I get that. I'm all about that. Okay. Yeah, yes, but I'm all about any flag. I'm not talking about only the U.S. flag. I'm talking about any flag in the world. Yeah. It's a sign of respect, patriotism, the whole 9 yards. So yes, you should treat it as such. But the whole, it's like, oh my God, he dragged it. I can't believe, like, trust me, man. He wasn't thinking when he did that. Like his head, that's the last thing in his head at that moment. At that moment, he's like, I can't believe I just did that. That was the best career of my life. My career is going to the next level again. And it's like, I'm just happy. Like he's not thinking about the fucking flag he's holding in one hand. You know? Yeah,
he's already got enough on his plate right now. I just remembered he was in a band and his former band member sometime back, I want to say like a year or two ago, accused him of like sexual harassment or.
Oh God, of course. So, seriously, I didn't hear about that.
Since the Olympics is going on, like that is front and center once again for him. So he's not trying to cause any other controversy right now.
Yeah, it's like we need to do like a Facebook mass exodus. Oh, is that what you called it the other day?
That's what's happening. So people are leaving Facebook by, I think millions of people have left.
Oh, do you want me to talk about it? Because I can talk about this all day. This is what I study.
I mean, I know. Yeah. I mean, you're the expert here, but they're leaving.
People are spending 30 million minutes less on Facebook daily. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
So the Zucks went into damage control and it's like, guys, we're going to show more about friendship and we're going to kill your organic reach even more. And now that you're advertising, you're going to have to pay more to show those ads. Which, hey, Zucks, Facebook was about that in the first place. Why did you let it get out of fucking control? You did it to yourself, man. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you get too big.
Exactly. And that's what happened. He got too big for his britches, but part of his damage control kind of backfired on him because you know, even the people who don't get mobile notifications, they were getting these like, hey, you haven't been on Facebook in a while, text messages. And, you know, you can hit like reply stop or something.
You want to stop it?
And it was going, whatever their replies were, they're like, fuck you, Zuck, or like stop, or whatever they would reply, like leave me alone, was getting posted to their timelines.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
people were telling their family and friends to like fuck
that's
off.
so funny. I mean, I like Facebook, but I know how to control my feed. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
tailor it to what I want. So people, but 99% of people don't mess with it or I'll do that. And
And that's why people,
Then Snapchat redid their whole
yes.
interface to attract the older generations, and it's a fucking that people hate it too.
Yeah, I mean, even I hate it. And I was like just starting to get the hang of it, you know?
Yeah,
But it's dumb. It's what I don't know why what's the point? It was working just fine.
because they have shareholders now, and they have to answer the
Yeah.
shareholders, and they have to show profits. That's every single time. You can have the best company in the world, but as soon as you get to shareholders, the whole fucking game changes,
And
man.
it's so stupid because shareholders are like these old, farty, like out of touch people.
Yeah, the ones that buy the most. You're right, because they're hedge fund people. You
Yeah,
know.
and they have no idea. They don't know the first thing about social media or what young, I mean, I still consider us young people. They have no
Of
idea
course, we're young.
what
Look
we
at
want.
us, perfect skin,
Exactly.
no
Great
wrinkles.
genes.
I'm 37. I don't even have gray hair. Well, I have one gray hair that
I
comes
mean,
up.
I've had gray hairs since, an early age, but I mean, my grandma's 80 years old and the doctor today thought she was 60. So I could thank, her and my mother for my great genes.
There you go. I can thank both my parents too. We could
Yeah,
probably go to New York Fashion Week and just Alta Moda the hell out of it.
that would be
Like,
my dream.
oh my God, you know what made my week this week? What video made my week this week? I sent it
But
to you. The Donatella
I
video that I sent to
love
you.
her. I saw that interview.
Dude,
That was
she
been because I've seen
reminds
those
me
interviews.
so much of my cousin, the blonde that was on my wedding, the Italian one
The
from the
one that
Italian
like I
side.
kind of talked to on
When
the
she
internet.
speaks English, the accent sounds exactly the same. And I mean exactly the same. And she's blonde just like Donatella, but Deborah's better looking. A million
The
times
high
better looking than
fashion one,
her.
I think I like kind of talked to her on the internet.
Yeah, you talked to her before,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But I
like
just loved it, man. Like she just gives one word answers. It's just fucking flawless. It's awesome.
like Versace. You guys are all saying it wrong.
Yeah. Versace. No Versace. But she says with the accent. So
And
that was
she's
my
just
highlight.
so like, what would you be doing if you weren't doing this? And she's like having a nervous breakdown probably.
I love that, man.
She's
And
so
then
flawlessly, like effortlessly cool.
yeah, just super chill. She's like, "Why
Yeah.
do people think that about you? That's not true. That I'm not friendly." I was like, you know what? I always thought that Natalia could be kind of a bitch, but
Yeah,
Lady Gaga says it. But I guess if you get to know her, why would she be a bitch to you? It's like
exactly.
anybody else. Anybody can be a bitch and an asshole until you get to know them.
I mean, I assume that about everybody. I don't like you until I get to know you. Usually, other people do it the other way around. Like, I like you until
Everybody
you
has a
get to
shield. I
know
have
me.
a shield when I meet people. I'm like, I don't know
Yeah,
who you are. But like, are you gonna hurt me? Are you gonna like be an ass to me? Like, I
I
don't know
don't
you.
trust you.
But
You're
once
not
you get
part
to
of my
know me,
group.
then like, okay, I'm cool. I'll be your best
And that's
friend if we get along. That's not a problem.
so funny because one of Jeff's very sweet, and I love her, family members told me, after, somewhat recently that when she first met me, and she's the sweetest lady, she was like, when I first met you, I thought you were the biggest bitch. But it turns out that you were just quiet and I just needed to get to know you. And I was like, well, thank you. I'm glad.
You know how many times I literally heard, oh my God, man, when I met you, I thought you were the biggest asshole. Like
Yeah,
the biggest asshole. And now like here we are. I'm like, yeah,
best
I'm
friend.
kind of like a virus. I spread
Exactly.
around you. So thank you. I take it as a compliment. So
Yeah, I do
can you
too.
imagine sitting at Fashion Week with Donatella and then you see those people wearing those crazy outfits where they're like 69ing walking on the runway?
Oh my gosh. Those
That's what I
models.
love about Fashion Week. It's like it's like they sit in a room like that meme. It's like, okay, guys, how ridiculous can we get this year? What is the most ridiculous shit we can try to pull off? Because let's face it, Fashion Week is not. No one's gonna wear what they show. Like,
No,
how does
it's
that
not
work?
wearable. It just isn't. It's
No.
couture, but it's not wearable. I mean, you would have to alter it, and they do. They pay the designers, celebrities and stuff to tailor and customize and everything. But
Yeah.
for those 69 outfits, so if you don't know, like these skinny little thin models are walking down the runway with another live person attached to them, like upside down.
Their
I have to
face
give
is
them
like,
props.
I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, is this real? Like, so,
Like crotch to face. But I have to give them props because they're like super strong for being able to carry other people down the runway like that.
well, one, you got to be strong, but two, it's like you have the person's butt in your face, and they're walking down the
Yeah.
runway, and the other person's face is down in your crotch. It's like, who comes up with this shit, man? Seriously. I
And
mean, it's
then
super entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I mean, I love to watch it. And then Jeremy Scott, he had like a sci-fi inspired line, which was awesome. So I love it when they have fun with it, because you have the designers that do the boring, basic, like typical fashion, but he went fun with it. It looks like something out of the Fifth Element. So super
cool.
colorful, neon, like plastic, PVC. Like there was fuzz, glitter sequins, moon boots, and like Care Bears. He featured the Care Bears.
I love that. I think all the bright neon colors and all that stuff is coming back. I want an 80s hard comeback, like hardcore 80s comeback. It will be amazing.
I can tell you a few people who would love that.
Who? Come on, let's throw them under the bus. Who?
I can't tell you, but you know who I'm talking about. I mean, they would just love to tease the hair out. I mean, our friends probably know who we're talking about. We'll tell that story someday.
Dude, that was the most smooth throw of shade that I've seen in a while. Like I haven't heard you do that in a long, long time. Oh my god, I know exactly who you're talking about. It's like
that's none of my business.
No, but yeah, those two will absolutely love it. I mean, I will love it, but they will be like all about it.
Yeah. That would make their life.
It's like back to the heyday,
Yeah.
I had fun in the 90s, but I don't wake up and, I don't wear Jinkos today.
Exactly. Like, I don't still live there. Like, I've seen
like, I'm moving forward with what's going on at the times. I don't have a mohawk that goes down to my shoulder blades anymore. That's shaved, underneath, like with a zero. Or like, I don't have 12 earrings in my face anymore, Or
like giant gauges.
Yeah.
Like
For those of you who don't know, I used to have 0 gauges in my ears. I had like 4 on one side, 3 on the other, in my eyebrow, all that shit.
And then like the big wallet chain that you wore on your pants.
Yeah, and then of course it's me, so I have to be excess. So I go to Home Depot and buy like a fucking pit bull chain that's like that big, and of course I got in trouble for it at school.
Oh yeah.
But, it's like, oh my god, I looked up those pictures. I was like, what was I thinking? Like, wow, every time I see a picture of me with all my piercings in my face, I was like, dude, how did you even pull chicks at that point? Like, I guess it was just such a normal thing back then, huh?
I mean, I still look at, and I don't think that looks bad. I think it was worse in the 80s, to be honest with you. But maybe that's like a generational thing. I don't think that whole phase was a bad look. But then again, I was into those guys like in high school and junior high, so.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
I don't even know if I had a type back then, but
I think the only thing I miss about the 80s is like thrash metal, heavy metal. Dude, yeah. I love it. I love it so much.
Like the glam metal.
I love all that shit. I used to hate glam metal back in the day, but now that I get older, I just love it all. I love everything about thrash metal.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. I just miss good fucking music, man. And I don't want to sound old because I progressed with music over time, but just now, especially, I don't know if it's like a South Florida thing. Well, it's a South Florida thing. Here's all EDM bullshit and DJs. Like, I hate it.
And it all sounds hate it. And I love EDM. I love it. But you've got the few good people.
Dude, the only time that music is good is when you're in drugs. That's it. Come on. Like, it's not designed to just sit in your car and listen to it. Some people do. A lot of people do. But I'm like, it's just, I don't know. I just don't get it. Call me old, call me whatever. But you know what? I listened to techno back in the 90s. It used to be called techno for the kids.
Yes, it's the same thing. That's what I say. It's techno. Like,
yeah, but now it's like, well, I have one of my friends. He's like the biggest music snot. And you met him when he went to Texas with me.
Oh, okay.
And he's like me when it comes down to, he'll break it down by the sounds and all that stuff, just like I can break down heavy metal and all that.
Yeah. He loves EDM, right?
Oh, he loves it, yeah. He actually DJs for fun on the weekends and stuff like that. Cool. Because, but yeah, no, he's good at it. But I can't get into it, man. I just can't. I
No,
can't.
and
Just
that's
like the
kind of
mumble rap, only like 1 or 2 songs, and I don't consider it rap. I consider it
a
shit.
subgenre.
Yeah, it shouldn't
Yeah.
be called hip. We've been through this like a million times, so I'm not gonna get into it. But
Yeah, and then that kind of reminds me too, like I was having a conversation with somebody, a debate, go figure, with somebody about shuffling. So they're like, "Oh, she's got moves." And I'm like, "Shuffling is not moves. She's kicking your legs. That's not dancing. It doesn't look good. It's not cool. You don't have to be talented to do it. My legs don't work sometimes, and I can do that." Like, I don't get it. Like, you look stupid. And I don't even feel bad like an old person saying that. It's dumb. Stop shuffling.
yeah, and do it. It's just so many things. It's just so many things. It's like, and then when I watch like bands that you see them getting older, it doesn't help either. It's like shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like, they're getting older, but it is what it is. We all have to grow up at one point and get old.
We don't have to grow up, but we do get old.
Yeah, that's true.
Older in age.
You know what that statement reminds me of that we didn't talk about last week? Elon Musk and rockets and Tesla.
Rocket Man.
Dude, I got into an argument this weekend where somebody didn't believe that he put that car in space, that it's all fake in Photoshop. I'm like, really? I'm like, it was all shot live. The whole thing was live.
Why would he do that?
Because it's all marketing. I'm like, okay, if it was all marketing, he would just do commercials. Like, he wouldn't, what do you call it? He wouldn't fake, he wouldn't say it. Like, why would he lie? He has nothing to lie about. He was a fucking rocket company. He can send a car into space.
Yeah, he did it just for fun, just because he even said he didn't think it was going to go that well, and he doesn't need any gimmicky like promotional.
No, he doesn't. Ellen can get on Twitter and sell fucking flamethrowers. Hashtag fucking flamethrowers.
Don't get people started on flamethrowers again.
No. But I mean, it's like, I'm like, seriously, you think this is fake? What, you're one of those flat Earth believers? Don't even get me started on that bullshit. That's a whole different.
Is full of them. Like, I probably shouldn't say where I live, but yeah, we're huge. Like, flat earthers are everywhere. They have a flat Earth house here, and on the square at any given time,
they have a flat Earth house. Like,
I think it's like a cult, to be honest with you. So, there are like 3 or 4 cars that just drive around, and at any moment on the square, there's at least one of them. And they're all like wrecked cars that people probably like just vandalize them constantly.
Yeah.
But they've put like, I mean, just weird props and stupid stuff on their car. They write like YouTube, like Google the truth and stuff like that.
Oh my God, that is just crazy, man. Crazy. That's crazy.
Oh,
I don't know. What?
Speaking of, to go back to what we were talking about.
Why? We talk about a lot of things. I feel like we just all over the place, but people watch for some reason, so go ahead.
I know, right? The like metal and stuff. Right. James Hetfield is doing a movie.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I've been so busy with work that I haven't even seen that. Oh yeah. I think this is the first time you actually beat me to metal news or something.
Shocked. Yeah.
Metallica too on top of it.
Yeah, I thought that would be like one of the first things that you mentioned, and I didn't even like read too much into it because I figured you would. But doing a movie, it's called Extremely Wicked. And
what's it about? Do you know?
I've got the IMDb here pulled up. It's a chronicle. Oh, wait, is that it? Hold on.
No, you tell me. I can't see your screen.
I'm looking. That's not it. I was going to say it's about, well, maybe. James Hetfield. Yeah. So it's a chronicle of the crimes of Ted Bundy from the perspective of his longtime girlfriend, Elizabeth, who refused to believe the truth about him for years. So James plays a guy named Officer Bob Hayward.
That is so funny. That's weird. I mean, no, it's not weird because he's done stuff before. Just people don't know about it because it's very low key. Like, for example, there was this cartoon called Mythopocalypse on Adult Network. And James Hetfield has been like on it like a million times as like fans and stuff like that. It's hilarious because you recognize his voice right away if you know James Hetfield. But the best, most hidden James Hetfield appearance that even I didn't recognize it when I watched the movie first. I recognized it after like the 4th time. I was like, wait a minute, I recognize that voice. It's the South Park movie. Remember the South Park movie in the 90s? Yeah. the part where Kenny goes to hell, little boy going to hell, and it's just like a riff, like really fast. Like that. It's James Hetfield. It's awesome.
I can't tell you how many times we tricked my mom into taking us to go see that movie.
I love that movie. Are you kidding me? When that movie came out, I was like, holy shit. Dude, Matt and Trey Parker, they cannot do wrong. Everything they touch is gold. They're freaking Book of Mormon wins Oscars or Grammys, whatever it is that they win. Then South Park has been on the air for like, I don't even know how many, 20 years at this point or whatever. No, not 20, 15, 16, 17. I don't know. It came out when I was in 9th grade or something. Yeah. Then you got the games, the actual games they did. Not the shitty games that Comedy Central put because they had the license at the time. But the actual, the Fractured But Whole and the Stick of Truth or whatever. I mean, they're hilarious, man. It's like, and they make the show like 6 days before it airs, like crunch time, like me. It's like, okay, I gotta produce shit now. I gotta make it happen.
Our show, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, crunch time. But.
Yeah, they're always super current. They're like the modern. I mean, even though The Simpsons is still going on, I think they're like the modern day Simpsons. They're not afraid to talk about anything. Like they've been sued. The guy that played Chef, Isaac Hayes, quit because they used to make fun of Scientology so much.
I remember when they killed him on the show. That's hilarious.
Yes. Chocolate salty balls used to be like the hot fire song when I was in high school.
I had the soundtrack. Back in the day because you had to buy CDs to get all this stuff. So you couldn't just go to YouTube and watch funny clips. So you had to buy the CD, $17.99. FYE.
The restricted for a while, I mean,
parental advisory. Yeah.
You had to go to like Sam Goody or something.
I remember there was a song in the soundtrack. It was with Master P. Kenny writes out with Master P. Look it up on YouTube. It's fucking awesome. I think you can play it and people will hear it. I don't know. Try to pull it up and see if you can play the sound and it will pick it up.
Okay. Master P. Kenny's dead.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is when gangster rap was like super gangster. Yeah.
Down here in South Park.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Kenny died tonight. That's so 90s, like gangster rap right there.
Oh my God.
The video they're riding in a low rider on a 64 Impala with gold wire wheels and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Like he's a homie that you need to pour one out for.
Still talking about sound, man. I'm still trying to figure out how we can share screens on this thing. There has to be a way, but it just Facebook is not there yet. It sucks. And then you got to be careful. You can't show stuff that it gets copyright. Like the last video we did, Vito. Oh my God, I love Vito. He's such a star. I mean, he's just amazing talent. If you think about it,
one of a kind. He's truly. I don't even think he's human.
No.
He's definitely a greater being than we are.
And he's on point because the copyright shit got picked up by YouTube and like right away. He blessed us. He blessed us. We got to keep the video. Yes.
They didn't kick us out.
He blessed us with his hard memeing and loved it. So I don't know, man. Oh, I forgot. What happened with, you were telling me the other day, what happened with the massage?
Oh my God. Okay.
You want to tell the story?
Yeah, I'll tell it. Okay. I don't know. So we have this like amazing guy. I've got a monthly membership to this massage place. Amazing. This guy that I used to see, Fitz, he just had the hands of an angel. So we've had two guys that were just really great there. The first one quit. He went somewhere else. The second one, we told him, if you ever go you really need to just start your own, shop. You're great. And if you ever do, here's our number. Well, I called to make an appointment with him for last Friday, and they're like, Fitz doesn't work here anymore. And I was like, no, it's so hard to find a good, it's been 3 years, and I still haven't found a good hairstylist. But, so I was like, whatever, just give me your next best person, that's as good as Fitz was. So they did, and I get in there, and this guy.
Is he German? That's a German. Fitz.
He was like,
I can't do a German accent. Can you do a German accent? Please get in the two. Can we get Martin? Let's get Martin on the line. He'll do a German accent.
I was gonna say get in the chopper, but that's not.
No, that's Austrian.
Gunda? No, is that Swedish?
Scheisse.
Scheisse.
Yeah. Anyway, so what happened?
Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get this guy. I don't even remember what his name is, but
Right.
Takes me to the room. He proceeds to tell me how awesome he is and he's the best.
Somebody
And
just jumped in, and the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, "Please take me to the room."
I'm like, I'm always like weary. I mean, I've always just gotten guys. It's not that I prefer them, but they've got strong hands. And I mean, women do too, but I've just had the most luck with these two guys. So anyway, he's telling me he's the best. I'm going to get, my money's worth, that he's worth way more than working where he is. He used to work with FC Dallas and all these, sports stars, and he's like $300 an hour. So I'm really getting a deal here. So I was like, all right. And he mentioned this at least 3 times during the massage. But I plan on getting a nice relaxing, I usually fall asleep during massages. I like to relax. Well, he's like, first of all,
which is why I hate him, because I can't relax. Like every time Nicole makes me do it, I just can't. I just sit there. I'm like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Is it over yet? Yes, I can't. I got to do stuff. Go ahead. But so what happened? So you're laying there.
He makes me I'm always weary about guys.
Right.
He makes me really uncomfortable. Like I start to wonder if I'm honestly being like sexually harassed here. Like, is there a line being crossed here? Like,
did you get
tell
triggered?
him, like my hip area and, lower back. And I do a full body massage. I just tell him do everything. But so, he starts to bend my legs. I'm laying on my stomach and he takes my leg and like bends it up like a frog. And I'm like, feel like I have to cover myself with the sheet. And I'm like, okay, like you're stretching. We're doing yoga now. Like
what? I never. Okay, for the record, I've done a few massages. Not done, but I've had some done, and I've never had anybody move my legs like that. It's just oil and like rub type of deal.
I've never, and I've gotten countless massages. So my legs, like at one point, I'm almost like spread eagle, and I'm like, I don't, I'm over here like covering myself. I mean, the sheet's over me, but I don't know what's exposed. And, he's doing my hip area, and his finger or thumb, I don't know what it was, is.
Are you sure it was a finger or a thumb?
I really hope to God that that's what it was, because I was on my stomach. But it's very close, like lower butt crack point area. Like, I'm like, maybe, and he keeps telling me, this is a special technique. This is a special technique. And then at the very end of the massage, he's like, let's keep my special technique between the two of us.
He did not say that.
I swear to God. And he said that. And I'm like,
that's like creeper warning right there all the way. If that doesn't give you the creeper red flag, I don't know what would.
And that's not it. That's not the creepiest thing yet. So,
please, let me hear the rest.
Over, and he's like, do you mind if I pray over you? And I'm like, I was talking to him about, I fucking talked the whole massage. Like, he wouldn't shut up. So I'm like, whatever. We were talking about spirituality.
It's like Uber when they pick you up and they just want to talk. I'm like, hey, hi, how you doing? I love being nice, but it's like, dude, like, especially if I'm drunk, I just like want to lay there. Like,
that's like the relationship, unless I carry on the conversation, just be quiet.
Yeah.
But,
not to be rude or anything, but,
Yeah, exactly.
Say hi. Be polite. It's cool, but,
I even told them when I booked it, I was like, I kind of like.
Especially if I'm wearing headphones. This is the universal sign that I want to ignore you, know? I do it sometimes with the music on just to ignore people.
Me too.
Yeah, constantly. Exactly.
And anyway. So he, we talked about a little about spirituality and stuff. So I was like, whatever, pray over me if it makes you feel better, So this wasn't like a normal, like, bless you kind of thing. He goes full on, like, almost like scary, like, Lord Jesus Christ, Lord Jesus in heaven. Oh, Lord, please, Jesus, Lord God, Jesus. He said that like 15 times. And then he's like, pour your blood over this woman. Turn her tests into testimonies. And, he said Jesus Christ and Lord and God, like, seriously, 1 million times. And I was like, oh my God, is he done yet? It lasted like
was he gonna pull like a lamb and sacrifice you over the table with a knife and a pen? Did he draw a pentagram of blood on the floor before you should? What? Like,
I started to feel like I was the sacrifice.
That's some creepy ass shit. Okay, so what happened afterwards? Here, let me put my hand on for this.
I walked out. Like, I'm still debating. Like, I almost want to. Your eyes look really cool. They look purple.
Oh, thank you. It's the lighting. Since
Yeah.
I'm out of my office today.
Special effect.
I'm out in the wild today. That it is my dining area. But go ahead.
Yeah, but
Thank
I
you.
don't know. Like, it makes me afraid to even go back to this place at all because I will never
Did you
book
say
it.
anything to like Matt? Like when you walked out of there, did you say anything? Did you do a
Not
review
yet.
or anything? Because I'm not a review type of person either. But like something like that is like, all right, like someone
Yeah,
needs
I
to know.
want to. Like, I'm afraid to even see this guy again. Like, now I know, I mean, like, how people feel who are afraid to report things.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, nothing super serious happened, but I'm just afraid to even report it because I don't want to run into this guy again.
Well, you already have one stalker. We don't need two stalkers. I mean, this fame, it's like destroying your life. I mean,
I can't even get a massage anymore. I'm too famous.
and the other stalker number one, follows you everywhere digitally. It's amazing to me. Like,
Literally.
it's like, really?
Like, I don't even respond anymore.
He's watching this, I'm sure. So
Yeah. He's probably having a watch party.
Yeah, we're watching you too. We're watching you too. That is some creepy. I would say something.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna ask.
I was selling an envelope. Like, hey, this happened. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of leaving shitty reviews unless I really, really get pissed off or I'm really treated like shit by like the owner or like the top manager of the place. At that point, I'll do it because as a business owner, I know what that can do. Like once the owner finds out, if he's a good owner, he's gonna do something about it. But if I get contacted by the owner, I take it off. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I don't leave shitty reviews on if they get taken care of.
Exactly.
Like,
you can't control like shitty employees sometimes.
No, you can't. And I've had that happen to me before. Just, what are you going to do? I have no control. I can't do everything 24/7. So out of respect, and I grew up in sales, and when I was a kid, I worked in the service industry, and so I know how it is. I know how people can be too. So, but yeah, stuff like that, you definitely want to bring that. I would bring that up. That's super creepy.
I was gonna call.
Imagine if that was like your teenage daughter or something.
I know. Because that's like I said, I have a membership. I would like to go back again soon, but I don't want to run into.
Then if you write the review and because he's gonna see it, if you leave it up, then he's gonna know it's you, and then you're gonna have that awkward like Larry David moment. Like, what do you do? Do you have a stare down? Do you go in there and just like, that's totally Larry David moment right there. Like, how do you? Yeah, no, you have to find a new massage place. You can't go back.
The song starts playing. I can never go back there again.
You have two options. Either you go back without saying a word or try to because the manager's going to tell him, it's like, dude, what are you doing? And then what about if you were the only one because you're so famous and you're such a celebrity that he just wanted to do it to you and no one else, then he's going to know it was you.
That's exactly what I thought. So I was going to call anonymously and say like, hey, he said not to mention his special technique, but I was like, wait, what if he's only said that to me?
Yeah, and then if he's going to know, and then you're going to have two stalkers.
Yeah, this is not turning out well for me.
So what are we going to, I think you should run for the hills like the Iron Maiden song.
I need to go. I need to
go find another place. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
So if anybody's watching that can recommend Shanon a massage place where there's no creeper trying to sacrifice her on a massage table, please let her know.
I need to like hide my face after like exposing him now.
What is Eric saying? Today's wardrobe. What is he saying? Oh, I hate doing this in the laptop. Can you read that? I can't read it.
Oh, today's wardrobe.
I know, right? But it's the lighting. For some reason, this camera makes me look purple like a freaking grape.
It actually looks really cool. Like your eyes look like an avatar. Yeah.
Do I?
It looks. I like it. It's neat. I had better lighting.
No, I gotta redo the studio next, or I call the office/studio. So
I know.
I'll look a lot better in the next few weeks.
Still doing remodeling. Like the only good part of this office is literally what's right behind me.
Yeah.
And then
I just dream of the day where we can actually build a real studio, which we will, because I'm gonna blow this up at one point, and it's gonna be amazing. But
and once we work on our office, we can start doing like our Botox and stuff. We can go for weekly Botox.
Do facials live on the air while we're talking.
Blood facials.
Because obviously people love listening to us talk. I see it on the stats every day. They watch, they listen. It's amazing to me.
I love
we are entertaining after all. Like, who doesn't want to listen to us talk?
I know. And if nobody else does, we love to hear ourselves talk. So
exactly. I watch the shows after I'm done the next day.
We get like techniques and, you know, like how to sit and how not to, but it doesn't work. I don't ever
That's
listen.
how I feed my narcissism throughout the day when I'm working. I'm like, oh, I could have done that. Or I could have done this. I could have done that. But anyway. All right. Let's go. I need to eat, man. I'm hungry. So I'm going to cut this off. We've been going on for like over an hour, I think, at this point. So, but thank you for everybody who's watched the whole time. There's people who watch the whole time. See, I'm telling you, this is amazing, which is awesome. And thank you for watching, even if you just watch for a little bit. I get it. Some people just save it and watch it later, which I do that with other videos as well. So I don't expect all of you to watch live. And the page keeps growing every week, which I love it. So the more of you, I can't wait until we have such a big following that we can actually interact with, what do you call it? With the audience live, you know, like the comments. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. At one point, I think we're going to be able to take people on calls too. I'm going to figure out, I got to figure out a way we can, but we got to grow it more before we can do that. But that's going to make it fun.
Yeah, this is still our baby. So
yeah, this is our beta testing, as you call it. So, but anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope all of you have a great night. We'll see you next week, same time, between 8:30 Eastern, Thursdays for now. And then who knows? Maybe we'll do more. I don't know. We'll see.
It all depends on you.
Yeah.
You, the audience.